The dream of bringing a massive defensive anchor to the Boston frontcourt has officially ended. For weeks, fans thought about a blockbuster trade that would secure a dominant center for the future. The front office had a major trade exception worth over $27 million ready to deploy, but a massive contract demand has completely shattered any realistic hope for this specific deal. Recent reports confirm that young center Walker Kessler just turned down a historic contract offer. The Utah Jazz presented their young big man with a 5-year extension worth nearly $140 million. This means he rejected a deal that would pay him an average of $28 million every single year. The high salary demands completely push him out of range for what the Boston front office can afford to pay. A trade exception cannot cover a contract that large, which closes the door on a potential sign and trade move. That news was not enough to kill the rumors. The player himself decided to break his silence on social media. He told fans online that he absolutely loves Salt Lake City and wants to remain part of their building project. The young star made it clear that he always envisioned a long career playing in front of the Utah crowd. Now looks incredibly likely that the two sides will find common ground on an even larger deal very soon. The Utah front office wants to take a major step forward next season, and they view him as a vital core piece. He has rapidly established himself as one of the premier young forces inside the paint across the entire league. Ability to protect the rim and secure critical rebounds makes him an elite asset for any modern defense. He finishes with high efficiency around the basket and still has immense room to develop his overall game. Many talent evaluators believe he can become one of the most dominant defensive anchors in basketball. There are also flashes of offensive potential that suggest he could evolve into a true two-way force later. Some critics point out his low scoring numbers or the fact that he barely played games during the past season. Looking closely at the situation reveals that those low statistics do not tell the full story at all. The organization was clearly focused on positioning themselves for a high draft pick throughout the year. Coaching staff chose to limit the minutes of their best players to ensure a better position in the draft lottery. The young big man acted like a perfect teammate and went along with the organizational strategy without complaining. He sacrificed his personal numbers and individual accolades for the long-term benefit of the franchise. That sacrifice appears to be the primary reason for any tension during his restricted free agency process. He knows his true worth on the market and wants a contract that reflects his actual impact on the basketball court. Easily could have anchored a winning defense or put up massive double-doubles on a standard roster. The extreme strategy in Utah forced him to sit on the bench when he should have been showcasing his incredible skills. The front office should reward a young building block who stayed loyal through the difficult times of a rebuild. $27 million trade exception was created during a previous roster move last calendar year. Fans viewed this financial tool as the perfect weapon to acquire an impactful player without giving up core pieces. A trade exception allows a front office to take back salary from another team without sending equal matching salary. This flexibility made the young Utah center look like the absolute perfect target for a summer blockbuster transaction. The front office monitored his situation closely, hoping that tension with management would force a quick trade. If his contract demands stayed within a reasonable range, the exception could have absorbed his entire first-year salary. But a salary demand starting around $30 million completely invalidates that strategy from the beginning. Rules state that a trade exception cannot be combined with other players or exceptions to acquire a larger salary. This means the value of the exception represents a hard ceiling for any incoming player in a direct trade scenario. Once the contract numbers surpassed that threshold, the dream of using the exception for him died instantly. The modern salary cap rules place extreme penalties on teams that spend past the second financial apron. Crossing that line strips a franchise of their mid-level exception and restricts their ability to trade draft picks. It also prevents teams from taking back more money than they send out in any future player trades. Boston ownership group faces massive tax bills already just to maintain their current championship core group. Adding another massive multi-year contract would have crippled their ability to make roster adjustments later. The front office must prioritize extending their current star players who have already proven they can win championships. Investing heavy capital into an unproven center could have forced the team to trade away valuable wing depth. If you want to track how the front office uses their remaining resources, please like the video and subscribe. When analyzing his performance on the court, it is easy to see why he commands such a high price tag. He ranks near the top of the entire league in block percentage and opponent shooting percentage at the rim. His massive frame allows him to alter shots without committing fouls, which keeps him on the floor longer. He possesses excellent instincts for timing missed shots and securing defensive rebounds to finish possessions. On the offensive end, he operates as an elite roll man who can catch passes and finish with powerful dunks. His presence creates immense vertical spacing, which opens up driving lanes for guards on the perimeter. He does not possess a reliable jump shot yet, but his efficiency inside the paint is incredibly valuable. Teams are forced to keep a body on him at all times, which prevents them from helping on driving perimeter stars. History shows that paying massive money to non-elite centers carries a huge risk for NBA franchises. Several teams have locked themselves into bad situations by giving big contracts to one-dimensional big men. If a center cannot shoot from the outside or guard multiple positions on the perimeter, they can be played off the floor. The postseason demands that big men possess extreme versatility to survive against elite pick-and-roll offenses. While he is an elite rim protector, his ability to switch onto fast guards remains a major question mark. Spending $30 million a year on a player who might struggle in specific playoff matchups is dangerous. The Boston front office prefers to look for bargains at the center position rather than overpaying for big names. The development of Neemias Queta provides a massive boost to the front court rotation heading into next season. He brings incredible size and physical strength that allows him to battle opposing centers in the paint. His contract situation is highly favorable, allowing the team to spend resources upgrading other positions instead. Luka Garza brings a completely different skill set as a big man who can stretch the floor with outside shooting. His ability to hit three-pointers forces opposing centers away from the rim, which creates space for driving lanes. Mari Williams adds another layer of intrigue as a young prospect with great defensive upside and physical tools. The coaching staff has a proven track record of developing unproven big men into highly functional system players. They can also use the upcoming draft to find a cheap rookie contract to fill out the end of the bench. The front office will remain active in the buyout market to find veteran big men looking for a chance at a ring. Fans might feel disappointed that a big splash did not happen, but the current plan provides great stability. The core of the team remains entirely intact and ready to defend their position at the top of the league.